Hi everyone, I am Akshay and welcome to my channel Gacha Gaming. So today I am going to start and complete the Kinich Tribal Chronicles. It has been out for some time, but I was waiting to complete it in just a few days. But I think it's high time before the extra rewards for it ends. So I think today I will be completing Kinich's story quest or tribal chronicles of the Signs of the Canopy, also known as Yupanqui's Turnfire. So, without wasting any further time, let's get right into it. So, up until now, we had seen Mualani's story quest, and this will be of Kinich. So let's see what does Kinich have in store for us. It will again also have 3 acts, just like we did with Mualani, and yep, that's the basic information about it. So let's see what does Kinich have in store for us.
Watch this! Take a seat. Right this way! Hey there! Watch out! Go ahead! Written in the stars! Right this way! Shabam!
Let's finish this.
Whoa! What a stroke of good luck!
Okay. I will have to climb up. So I am assuming that I am on the wrong building. I hope so if I am on the correct one. Okay, here they are.
Hi! I'm Looney! Are you here to help find the baby Saurians?
Oh yes.
And I'm Toba. You must be the helpers that we've been waiting for. It's nice to meet you too, but we're just passing through.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but Uncle Sanka said he was gonna send some of his friends over to help us. You sure he didn't mean you?
No, we don't know Uncle
sorry.
Sanka.
Whatever this is about, it sounds like you've got the wrong end of the stick.
Yeah.
Wrong end of the stick?
Meaning that you have got the wrong person.
We've been tricked, Hoonie. I should have known that Glasses guy was a con artist. What are we supposed to do about the baby Saurians now? Time's running out.
It's okay, we will save them.
It's okay, Hoonie. Don't worry. Why don't you tell us what happened with these baby Saurians? There's been a lot of unrest in the tribe lately, and my dad's Saurian got injured. Her name's Nana, and she has 3 little babies. After what
Okay.
happened to Nana, her babies were so scared that they ran off and hid. I'm really worried about them, so I decided to go look for them.
And what happened?
Nana is your dad's Saurian. Why isn't he the one looking for them? My dad's one of the elders, so he's busy getting ready for Turnfire night. It's a really important ceremony, more important than this, anyway. I'm not supposed to be out here either, but I snuck out without telling him. I didn't think it would take very long, but then that guy we ran into made us tell him loads of stories, and it wasted so much time.
And who was that guy?
He was so selfish. He doesn't have a heart.
Okay.
It's alright, don't let him get to you. We're here now and we'll help you because we care a lot, don't we, Traveler?
Where are the baby
They
Saurians?
should be. I already managed to find their tracks, and it seems like they're hiding on the cliff.
Why?
Really? Wow! Thank you so much, Mr. Master Traveler and Miss Paimon?
Awesome.
Miss
Gotta be careful
Paimon.
out on the cliffs, though. They're really steep. Even grown-ups have trouble climbing them.
No problem, kiddo. A mysterious visitor from Huitsland.
Rudy said the baby saurians are on the cliff, so let's find a way up.
Pochi! Huh? What's Ajo doing here?
We found them! Wait, but what's that other... A how?
Naruto?
Well, if it isn't the gruesome twosome who wormed their way into our servant circle of friends. Still awestruck from the last time we met? Would that be why you hastily scrambled up here to pay your respects the moment you saw us? I suppose we can't blame you. Such is the spell that our majesty casts on our minions. Very well. You heathens leave us no choice. The almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula shall grant you the audience that you seek. Come, pucker up. You may now kiss our feet.
He is a different level narcissist. And I mean, will we see any sort of a lore related to Ahau in this quest?
Are you like Kenichi's sidekick? What the heck are you going on about? You're somehow managing to be even more annoying than the last time we met.
Oh yeah.
Silence! Who are you calling sidekick? We are the Dragon Supreme, sovereign ruler of the Nation of Flame.
So he is a sovereign dragon, according to him. I mean, lore-wise we don't know, but ain't he a little bit weak for a sovereign dragon?
We shall have you know that last time, were it not for Kenichi's earnest pleading on your behalf, you would have received not a single word of mercy.
Oh, come on. You talk big, but Kinich clearly has you under lock and key.
So little munchkin.
That's great sovereignty, you! You dare invite the wrath of the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula. You will burn in Turnfire for 1,000 years for your blasphemy. If you must know, our humble servant begged us to investigate an abyss incident near Hoytzenland, and we chose to grant his request.
Okay.
Abyss incident?
Mm-hmm.
See this little lizard? Its mother, a medium-sized lizard, came under the influence of abyssal power. In her confusion, she attacked my servant's tribe, then assailed her own offspring.
Yikes. So how is she doing now?
Mm-hmm.
She was but a lowly bug fighting against the power of the abyss. Naturally, she has departed for the Night Kingdom.
She died.
Such a fragile creature. Apparently, she ended her struggle by leaping from a cliff.
Okay. Suicide.
Leaping from a cliff?
My dear anemic flying ant, as addled with questions as your head may be, please keep them to yourself and wipe that absurd expression off your face. We are the almighty Dragon Lord Kahula, not a wish-granting fountain.
Anemic flying ant? You! Just you wait. Two can play at the ugly nickname game.
We sense a faint abyssal energy. An evil sorcerer must be lurking nearby, but they are well hidden. If you encounter any suspicious outlanders, be sure to give them a robust interrogation.
Suspicious outlanders? Wait, are you mocking us?
How dare you cast aspersions on your ruler, heathen! You're just lucky that our servant has such vile taste in friends. Otherwise, we would beat you. If you're not here to kiss my feet, then get out of my sight. Do not impede the work of the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula.
He really is so irritating.
Potty mouth on that guy! I'm on his furious! Still, good to know about the abyss threat, huh? Wasn't expecting that. Let's not get
Okay,
sidetracked.
36 and 14 meter. Let's go to the 14 meter first. Ponini. Okay, so I just found her. Okay, I was supposed to use a Yamka sword and reach up to the top in sequence, going from this to this, then to Asia. But I used Kachina to go directly to Asia.
Wow, you're back already? That was so fast.
I'm so glad that the babies are alright. Thank you both so much. Now we can finally go home and stop worrying about them.
You're welcome. Piece of cake.
You're not from Natland, right? Because your clothes look different than ours. Hey, you must be tired after all that climbing. You should come take a rest at my house.
Yeah,
That's how
thanks,
you
Mom.
kidnap someone.
I promise you'll get a big Scions of the Canopy welcome. We love having guests, and you're really nice people. Not like Glasses Guy.
By the sound of it, Glasses Guy wasn't from Natland either, right? Well, his clothes sure weren't. You know what? Now that I think about it, there was something really fishy about him.
And that was?
Really? Maybe he was the suspicious outlander that Ahal mentioned.
Could you tell us a little bit more
Sure,
about him?
if you're interested. Oh, let me think. How did the conversation go again?
Okay.
Oh, please, mister. I've told you so many stories already. When are you gonna help me find the baby Saurians?
Just one more story. One more, I swear. Why don't you tell me more about that ball of fire?
I mean, he's literally every other NPC that we see in Sumeru. It's just a typical design for a NPC.
I heard
I
that
can't
there was
even
a
find any
huge
identity from
transparent
him.
ball of fire that used to burn 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, maybe even further back than that.
But I kinda resembling his accent to an NPC we saw in a world quest before.
Oh, you mean Turnfire?
I will
That's where the
hear a
ancient
few
name
times
Polybo
about.
comes from.
Oh, wow. So it was the origin of an ancient name. That's impressive.
His voice, I don't know, sounds a bit
There's
familiar.
a story behind every ancient name. The legend goes that the Turnfire first appeared in the era of the Grand Alliance. It was used by the tyrant Oj Khan to rule over Natland and oppress anyone who opposed him.
Okay.
Turnfire is different from normal fire. If you get set on fire with it, you'll feel horrible burning pain from behind you, but you won't die from it right away. And whatever you do, you mustn't turn back to look at it.
Why? What happens if you turn back?
Ah, now I get it. His voice sounds a bit familiar to the either Lecter or Herald. I mean, we found before who was like, yeah, I did betray them. To be honest, I'm not able to recall his name, but I think he's
As
that
soon as you
character.
turn around, poof, you get burned to a...
Well,
Maybe
good
we
golly
will find
gee.
his name.
I mean, it's one thing to singe someone's clothes, but burning people alive? That is a big no-no in my book.
He literally sounds like that.
How nasty is it to burn someone from
Can be a
alive
coincidence.
and not even let them turn around to look? Oj Khan really was an evil tyrant.
Yes, shocking behavior. Now, let me guess. Eventually, a valiant hero came to save the day. That's usually how these stories go.
Good guess, Uncle Glasses. Seems like you really know your stuff. The hero was called Yupanqui. He's the
Yupanqui.
ancestor of our tribe.
Okay, it's called Yupanqui's Turnfire.
Yupanqui was friends with Ochkon the Tyrant, and also Shibalanke, the first Pyro Archon. He was working as an ordnance officer for the Grand Alliance at the time.
Chiblanque. So we got his name drop. So Chiblanque was the first Pyro Archon. And Yupanqui was friends with Ochan. And obviously Chiblanque also.
He didn't like how Ochkon was such a cruel tyrant, so he stole the Turnfire and threw it at the Ochkon's army. The soldiers couldn't defend against it, and they all got turned to ash.
Okay, that's some
That's how
lore
our
information.
ancestors set our people free. But just as he was about to leave the city, he thought he heard Ochkon calling out to him from behind. It caught him off guard, and he turned around to look.
But Ochkon wasn't there. All he saw was a city burned black, an army in ruins, and giant flames reaching up into the sky.
A split second later, the flames he saw burst out from inside his eyes and swallowed him up.
All it
Okay.
took was a single glance. As soon as he looked back, he was burned to a crisp.
That's, I mean, that's you can say gore story that these kids are telling.
The question is, was this the price he paid for stealing the Turnfire, or the price of turning back?
Who knows?
Nobody knows the answer. But the fire that consumed Yupanqui burned more fiercely than any other. It burned for 100 days until it burned a hole right through the ley lines. And
Okay.
then, the flame dropped into the deathly dark Night Kingdom, where it still burns to this day.
So I think that's the reason the ley lines are not pretty much that active in Atlan, because of the Turnfire that affected the ley lines and went into the Dark Knight Kingdom.
The grown-ups say that it lights up the path that leads to the next life. But for the dead to be reborn, they have to accept the flames and be purified by the fire first.
Okay, so I think the Turnfire flames are the flames recall as the, what was the name again? The Sacred Flame.
It's like a final look back at your life, where you have to answer for everything you did. Anyway, that's the story of Yupanqui's Turnfire.
Ah, a fine parable indeed. So, is it true? Is it really possible to find this fire in the Night Kingdom?
He literally sounds like him. What was his name again? I can't remember, but I know he was a Abyss Lecter or Herald, and he was the one who said that.
I
What
don't
was
know.
his name
I think It's just
again?
a story.
Either way, I assume this name has been passed down in your tribe ever since?
Sure it has. It went to Burkina, the hero that we celebrate on Turnfire Night. But that was 500 years ago.
Yeah, and now belongs to Kinich. So we often call him Malipo Kinich.
Oh, Kinich, name drop.
Kinich, huh?
All right, Uncle Glasses, that's enough stories. Now, can you please go find the baby Saurians for us like you promised?
I would, but doesn't the legend of the Turnfire teach us not to look back? Let's not go dredging up the past. Tell me more about this Kinich guy. One more story, I swear. Starting now. No? Careful, Toba. You look dangerously close to cursing me out right now. Tut tut. We can't have that. Cursing is for grown-ups only.
Uncle, you'd better not be trying to trick us, or the Turnfire will get you when you die.
How would it get me if I'm outside of Natlan? Uncle Glasses isn't from here, you know. Unlike you.
Huh?
Wait. Is that?
So he
Heroes,
saw us
I'm a
coming
man of
from
my
above.
word. Two of my friends are on their way here, and, yeah, they'll help you out on my behalf.
He is that, and it's final. For me, it's final. He's that because it seems like he knows us.
Work them like dogs, okay? That's what they're here for. Don't go easy on them just for my sake.
Really? Well, first, can you tell us your name?
We met at the foot of this cliff, so beneath the peaks, let's go with Sanka.
I don't think Sanka is his name.
Seriously?
If you don't believe me, turn around and see for yourselves. They're right behind you.
And he will run off.
Where? Oh, wait! Uncle Sanka, where did you go? Yeah, definitely a fishy character. It sounds like he was digging for info about the ancient names.
Yeah, and not only that, but he betrayed us too. He'll pay for this.
All he got out of us was some stories, though. What's the worst that could happen?
Maybe
Traveler,
not.
maybe we should go tell Kinich about this. Hal says he's investigating it, but he's a bit of a loose cannon.
We cannot
Probably
trust
should give
Aja.
it a
Yeah.
Huh? You know Kinich? Not very well, but we have met him before, and one time we had a meal together.
Oh man, I'm so jealous. I never even spoken to him. He's so cool. He's the Saurian hunter, and he has a really awesome ancient name.
Me neither. I don't think my dad really likes him, though. He always tells me to stay away from him. Probably because of that little creep he always hangs out with. He's nasty.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
the creep who calls himself Kahul Ahau?
How?
Yeah, we've had the pleasure of meeting him too. He sure loves pushing people's buttons. Exactly. I don't know why Kinich partnered up with him. Why didn't he pick me instead?
Uh-oh. Honey, look how late it is. We've been out way too long. We better get home now or we'll get yelled at.
Yep.
Oh, yikes. You're right. Okay, well, this path here leads to our settlement. If you decide to visit, remember to come to my house.
And I think with this we will end the Act 1.
If there's anything you need, my dad can help get it for you. Hope to see you soon.
Aye
I
aye.
gotta run. Bye for now.
Bye kiddos. Act 1 complete. Now it will be the Act 2. So where am I supposed to go for the Act 2? His name was also very generic. I mean, it was not some sort of a complex name. The guy who's introducing himself as Uncle Sanka, he is that abyss hair person. I get so confused between Harolds and or Abels.
Honey, what were you thinking, going out by yourself? Don't you know how dangerous it is?
It's okay. Toba helped me. And we met some kind strangers who helped us.
Kind strangers? What made you so sure they were so kind, huh? Oh, I suppose they had kind stranger written on their foreheads?
Yeah, actually, they did. In big, bold letters.
Don't talk back to me. The Mountain King problem still hasn't been solved. What would I do if I lost you too? No dinner for you tonight.
They were good people, Dad. Dinner or no dinner. Hello again, honey. It's Miss Paimon and Mr. Traveler. Dad, it's them. They're the ones who helped me. And I promised we'd take care of them if they came to visit.
Oh, so you're the kind strangers. Well, I'm Trinidad. Apparently, you helped my daughter today, so if there's anything you need, just ask. As an elder of the Scions of the Canopy, I've got some influence around here.
We need to find Kinich.
Now, I trust that you're sensible people who know better than to take advantage of their host's generosity.
Yep, just helping a neighbor. We're not looking for anything in return.
Mm-hmm.
Oh? Well, let's hope so.
Dad, please! They're not bad people! They've eaten at the same table with Kinich before! Be nice to them!
Kinich! Wait! I heard that two mysterious travelers from afar showed up at the Stadium of the Sacred Flame. Are they you?
Yep, I am one of them.
Paimon's the other!
Mm-hmm.
I do apologize. A lot's been going on in our tribe lately, and I suppose the pressure must be getting to me. I can't believe I was so rude to you. I feel ashamed. We got off on the wrong foot. Can we, start over?
Sure.
Oh, now we're talking! Seriously though, don't worry about it. Already forgotten. We're just happy to see Huni got home safe and sound.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you just arrived, I take it, and it would be my honor to give you a hero's welcome tonight.
Careful now, that's quite an about face. We've heard that kind of thing can lead to spontaneous combustion around these parts.
Save the VIP treatment. If you need a favor, let's ask.
My dear traveler, you are very perceptive indeed. Go inside now, Huni. Dad's got some important business to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look after Mr. Traveler and Miss Paimon. They're very special guests.
Bye, Uni. She is such a cute
Well,
little
we'll
girl.
hear you out, but we can't make any promises that we'll be able to help.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is a matter of utmost importance. Please, allow me to explain.
Mm-hmm.
For many years, our tribe has celebrated the Turnfire Night. It is a traditional ceremony among the scions of the canopy in which we remember our ancestor, Burkina, and his companion, Kangamato, the Mountain King.
Okay.
Burkina was a hero who bore the ancient name Malipo, and Kangamato was a powerful Yupanqui warrior. Together, they fought against the Abyss.
He's using Kachina's polearm. So we have the Abyss Tigers, Pyromage, and an Abyss Lecter, I think.
They were victorious, but it came at a great cost. Burkina paid with his life. The Mountain King survived, but was contaminated by the Abyss, and he remains in hibernation to this day.
Okay, so this is the glutinous Yumkasaur Mountain King we are talking about.
Normally,
The boss.
Yumkasaurs never live longer than a century. It is possible that the abyssal power is responsible for his unnaturally long lifespan. Oh, that's right. The Mountain King is a living symbol of our glory, but even this glory comes at a price.
And what's the
The
price?
abyssal power inside him is highly sensitive, and when it is disturbed, he awakens and flies into a blind rage, attacking anything that moves. So, besides the ceremony, another important part of Turnfire Night each year is cleansing the abyssal power inside the Mountain King, so that he will remain sound asleep. However,
Okay.
Abyss-related incidents have been on the rise in that land lately, as I'm sure you're both aware. As a result, it has become increasingly difficult to keep the Mountain King in hibernation. Only 5 months have passed since the last Turnfire Night, and he's already shown signs of instability.
So I think this is the time we are going to fight
Has
him.
he woken up again?
He has. We managed to contain the situation by performing a makeshift ceremony right away, but it was a close call. He could reawaken at any moment.
And what are you going to do when
Also,
he
he attacked
reawakens?
and wounded my companion, Nana, during the ceremony. She
Okay.
became contaminated by the Abyss as a result, and
So he was the one who attacked Nana.
We heard. Such a tragedy. We're really sorry for your loss.
yes, and Nana wasn't the first. Anyway, right now we're preparing for an exceptional Turnfire Night ceremony, and we need to find a suitable flame bearer. From what I've heard about your adventures,
Don't you already have
I
a
believe
flame
he
bearer
would
in the
be
tribe?
Perfect for the role. Of course, Plus, he's a bona fide hero who inherited the Malipo name.
Kinich.
Oh, you mean Kinich?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's the one. A hero, worth his weight in gold. And unfortunately for us, he's all too aware of that. No prizes for guessing what he said when I asked him to host a Turnfire night outside of the annual schedule. An exceptional ceremony? Oh, I'll have to charge an exceptional price. I swear, no other concept exists in that boy's brain.
Sounds like a professional adventurer to
I'm
me.
not the one to usually talk about people behind their backs, but I'm convinced the YUB got hit on the head and took a wrong turn the day it chose to give that ancient name to him. I mean, have you ever heard of a hero whose mantra is, "What's your asking price?"
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and don't get me started on that insufferable Ahau he hangs around with. Thinks he's God's gift to mankind. Pompous fool.
Yeah, Paimon has to agree on that last part.
Anyway, the fact is, the ceremony can just as easily be done without him as long as we can find someone else. And besides, you two seem like much better candidates. So, what do you think?
Why don't I try to talk some sense into Kinich for you?
Well, there's only a few days left before the ceremony. We can't afford to waste what little time we have on negotiating with him. Now, I much prefer if you would consider taking his place.
Alright, guess there's no other
Wonderful. I
choice.
can't thank you enough. Huni was right about you. You have kindness in your hearts.
And now you think we have
Come with
kindness
me
in
to
our
the other
hearts?
side of the mountain. I'll bring you up to speed on each step of the ceremony. Us experienced warriors, I'm sure.
Yes, bro, let's go. Okay, Act 2 has started now. I thought it was going to end. Meanwhile, in a hidden cage.
Achoo! Curses! Who dares insult the great Kahula How behind his back?
Oh, great Kahul Ahau, bless you.
Shut your filthy mouth, worm of the abyss! Your putrid words defile the air we breathe. You
Speaking as a member of the Abyss Order, that's
Yep.
music to my ears.
It confirms that he's
Exactly
from the
kind
Abyss
of
Order.
reaction we're going for.
He is that
But
person.
on a personal level, I gotta say, it's pretty hurtful.
Ugh, never have we heard such brazen blustering from someone who is inches from death. Up yours, Four Eyes! We spit in your face!
Okay.
Okay, well, that I am at a loss to explain. How do I manage to stay so chirpy and cheerful? But I digress. Mr. Kinich, I admit it, you, sir, are a legendary hunter. Still, the only reason you caught me is that I was reluctant to run away.
Okay.
You see, I'm very interested in the lore of your tribe.
Okay.
And why would that be?
Is that it? Kay? Aren't you intrigued to know what it is about you guys that prompted a visit from the Abyss?
I mean, you guys are always fighting Netland,
It's the extreme
so you have
sports.
multiple reasons.
The other day, I narrowly avoided getting hit by a very brave soul who just leaped off a cliff. I think you call it bungee jumping? Anyway, I was very impressed. That is what I call embracing the spirit of adventure.
So we have bungee jumping in Netland.
Look, I even did a painting inspired by the bravery and freedom of the scions of the canopy.
Mm.
Scum-sucking swine! Ugh, I swear, if you go bungee jumping, it'll be without a rope!
What's the deal with Ahau, man?
Head first on the
How
tallest cliff
is-
with a band of hunters on your tail, and nowhere left to run, and a bottomless cesspit waiting for you on the ground.
Such an irritating character.
You say that, but I get the sense that Mr. Kinich isn't planning to take my life right now. On top of that, I'm tired of spying on you from afar. So why don't we just negotiate a comfortable operating distance that works for both of us? I've heard that the most important thing in human relationships is to respect each other's boundaries. What do you say, Mr. Kinich?
Well, if you don't wish to hurt anyone, you can.
You could tell me what it is you're really after,
What?
and then I'll name my price.
I have no teleport waypoint active here. Maybe I will use this one to travel. Firstly, I need to recharge. Nextly, let's try climbing from here. Aha. The background music of Natlan is too funky. It's okay. Okay, just a few feet. Just a few feet. Just a few feet. And we are up here.
Right here.
Allow me to turn on this. Okay. What are we doing near the
abyss contamination is back. No surprises there. No doubt that explains the Mountain King's recent activity. See those torches over there? Those are the Sacred Flame offshoots that we requested from the Stadium of the Sacred Flame. They contain the power of the Pyro Archon.
Okay.
Are you saying that the Sacred Flame and the Turnfire are the same thing?
Seriously, you did not get that from the story?
Well, for ceremonial purposes, at least. Sending someone to the Night Kingdom to retrieve the legendary Turnfire isn't exactly an option. More to the point, though, the Sacred Flame is able to burn away abyssal filth, so that's why we use it in the ceremony.
Gotcha! So basically, we just need to clean up the filth with the Sacred Flame.
Well, that's one part of it, yes, but the complete ceremony is a bit more complicated than that. First, the flame bearer must collect a kindling of the sacred flame from the starting point, then use a grappling hook to fly up into the sky and light each of the sacred flame pillars. Then they must go down into the canyon, all the way into the cave where the Mountain King slumbers, lighting braziers and the final altar along the way. The most skilled flame bearers can accomplish all of this without touching the ground once. As much as I hate to admit it, Kinich is capable of this.
We can also do this.
Do all that flying without ever falling to the ground?
So can you, Paimon.
Well, of course Paimon can. It'd be much harder for you guys.
Well, don't worry. It's not a requirement of the ceremony. You're allowed to touch the ground. The only thing you're not allowed to do is turn back. The flame bearer must always keep moving forward. You can't skip a pillar, then come back to it after lighting the next one. To do so would be to disrespect our ancestors.
Okay.
So, what actually happens if you do?
If you're not careful, you might get burned.
Oh.
What about today then? Does the same rule apply?
Oh no, don't worry. Today is just a practice. The order doesn't matter. You just need to take the sacred flame, cleanse the filth, and go light all the braziers. Are you ready?
Yeah, Captain.
I'll repeat all the key points again. Gather the
kindling,
cleanse the filth,
and light all the braziers.
I'll wait for you at the end.
Okay, Trinidad. Okay.
Alright, let's use this key to complete our mission. There's abyssal filth over there. Let's burn it away with the sacred flame.
Okay. Where is the explosive? Four, 5, and we have some villains. And where's the 6th one?
That should be all the Rangers. Let's regroup with Trinidad. Fire! Well, here goes.
Let's light it up!
Fellow warfare, I guess.
I knew I was right about you. You have outperformed all of the other previous candidates. If there was an ancient name for outstanding flame bearers, I'm sure the Wyab would consider you for the honor.
Paimon could probably get the job done.
Yeah, although it would probably take Paimon quite a bit longer.
All right, now there's still a few days left until the ceremony, and I should probably get back so I can inform the chief and the other elders that I have found the flame bearer we need.
Oh, you mean they've still got to sign off on it?
Oh yeah.
Some of them are still hoping we can come to an agreement with Kinich, but that's only because they haven't seen you in action. Still, I'm the one responsible for securing a flame bearer, and my recommendation is you.
Just for Paimon's own peace of mind, are you sure it's not going to be a problem having Outlanders take on such an important role in your ceremony?
Yep, that's
See
what
that
I
place
was
over
thinking
there?
as well.
There was a time, long before the age of Burkina and the Mountain King, when we, Scions of the Canopy, called that our home. After a period of upheaval, our ancestors were forced to move away. Now, it has become a place where our youths go to develop courage and kindle a spirit of adventure.
I also
If we fail to
go.
keep the thread
There was
posed
a
by the Mountain
little
King
quest
at
there.
bay,
It was
It
fun.
might not be long before we have to move again and find a new home. So, to answer your question, I think everyone will agree that you are the right choice.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
he had right
Desperate times
choice,
call for desperate
baby.
measures.
I'll need you to drop by my place at some point before the ceremony, if that's all right. There are still a few final details that we need to discuss.
Sure.
See you later, then.
You have my gratitude.
We've helped out with a lot of other local festivals before, but this one feels a little different. Anyway, let's take a break before heading back to Trinidad's place.
Yep. And Kinich is looking at us. Act 2 complete. So now we will enter the biggest act, that is the Act 3rd. Act 3rd is generally one of the biggest acts of Tribal Chronicles. So I think Before going, let's just take one for the road. Okay, did I just collected 2 of them? Ah, Kinich! Finally we met him.
Traveler? Paimon?
Kinich! Fancy meeting you here. We've actually been looking for you.
Nice to see you again, buddy.
I'll get straight to the point. I hear you accepted a proposal from Elder Trinidad.
Oh, the, Turnfire Knight, you mean. You were still his first choice. It's just... Oh, jeez. It's not what it looks like, promise.
Chill, it's cool. I only mention it because there's something you should know. And I suspect Elder Trinidad hasn't been completely forthcoming with you. His true intention is to resolve the Mountain King problem once and for all.
Okay, and how does we come into play?
You mean this'll be the last Turnfire Knight ever?
That's right. He wants to use you to send the Mountain King to the Night Kingdom.
He wants us to kill that boss.
To the Night Kingdom?
Yep,
You mean...
kill him.
To his death.
Whoa, are you serious right now? You shouldn't go blurting out accusations like that. It could get you in trouble.
Too blunt? Okay. I'll phrase it more gently. There is potentially a possibility that Elder Trinidad may be hoping that
You
during
kill the
course of
Mountain King dead.
ceremony, you kill the Mountain King dead.
That's ridiculous. He told us the Mountain King is a living symbol of your tribe's glory.
But he wants to take
And that
revenge
glory
for
comes at a
Nanan.
price.
I think so.
Oh, that's right. The Mountain King is a living symbol of our glory, but even this glory comes at a price.
He wants revenge for Nana.
Yes, and Nana
Yep.
wasn't the first.
Oh, I'm hoping his wife might have been killed by...
She likely won't be the last to lose her life either.
Still, is killing the Mountain King really the only way? It seems so extreme.
And how does he plan to kill him?
The Mountain King is a unique case when it comes to abyssal contamination. It's eaten away at him for so long that it has consumed him entirely, and the damage is irreversible.
Okay.
That evil power has both driven him insane and kept him alive over the centuries. So, to look at it one way, once it's completely purged from his body, the Mountain King will finally be able to rest in peace.
Okay.
In past ceremonies, we've only purged around half of the abyssal power. This was to strike a balance. To keep him alive, but also keep him asleep.
Trinidad didn't say anything about how much power he wanted us to purge, but he did say there were some more details to go over before the ceremony.
So let's just talk
It
and
sounds like you'll know
see
for sure soon
what.
enough.
Yep. What does he have to
If
say?
really
Let's.
asked us to kill the Mountain King, what should we do?
I think we are a little out of our depth here.
I know this must come as quite a shock, so I suggest you act like you didn't hear anything for now. But would you have time to visit the chief after your meeting with Elder Trinidad? I'd like
We
to
will
make a
make
deal
the-
with you.
Okay.
What kind of deal?
One that comes at a very reasonable price. I'm sure you have plenty of other questions, but we can talk more later.
We'll be
Good.
there.
See you soon.
Bye, Kinich. Act. Kinich's deal.
Ah, mighty Outlanders, you have returned. Did you have a good rest?
More than good rest.
Pretty good, yeah.
Glad to hear it. Things are progressing very smoothly on my end. Many of the elders have heard of your heroic deeds, including the chief. They all speak very favorably of you. There are still those who insist that the ceremony should be performed by the bearer of the Malipo name. But they're just stuck in the past. We need to move with the times.
Plus, Kinich doesn't want to do it anyway.
Exactly. So, now, it's time for us to discuss the finer details of the ceremony. We covered the fire lighting part of the proceedings yesterday. The next part is the purification of the Mountain King.
How does that
It's
work?
quite simple. You just need to use the sacred flame. We've done it plenty of times before, and it's always very routine. I'm sure you won't have any problems.
Okay, secret flame on the
I'd
Mountain
like to
King.
stress, though, is that you need to burn away as much of the abyssal energy as you possibly can. The more we dispel, the longer the Mountain King will remain asleep.
So now
Sweet.
everything that he had is converted into abyssal energy.
Precisely.
So
In
if we
previous years, the
take
flame has
abyss
often been
energy
primarily
from
used to
him
dispel a
to the
sufficient
very
amount
end,
of abyssal energy.
it will likely make sure that he is
That's
dead.
the reason why we have to perform the ceremony on a regular basis.
That's
But
weird.
I understand that you have a lot of experience fighting against the abyss, and you seemed to wield the sacred flame quite effortlessly yesterday. With your help, I'm optimistic this time we can dispel all the remaining abyssal energy from the Mountain King's body, freeing us from this ever-looming threat for many years to come.
Traveler?
Got it. Anything else we need to know?
So this doesn't faze you at all, huh? You clearly have a lot of confidence in yourself.
Oh, you bet.
That's all you really need to know? The ceremony's in 3 days. I'll come and fetch you when we're ready.
Okay.
In the meantime, feel free to take a look around our settlement. It would mean a lot to the elders if you got to know some of our people. And if you wouldn't mind helping them out with a few errands here and there, that would be even better.
So we are going to help a
So
few
now
people
we
as
have
well.
extra errands to run? Maybe we should add a little extra to the price.
What price? You're
Just a
not even
humble
asking for
suggestion,
something.
that's all. It will help you gain the respect of our people, and as a mighty hero, I truly believe that's what you deserve. I'll be sticking around for the next few days, so if you have any questions, you know where to find me.
Seems like Kinich was right. We should go meet up with him right away.
And we have Kinich.
Ah, you're here.
Kinich! Elder Trinidad said that...
I can tell. It's written on your faces.
Is that the Traveler in Paimon? Forgive me for not being there to welcome you on your arrival. That should have been my duty as chief.
It's okay, we have already
Hello,
met you.
Chihuahua.
I only heard the news from Trinidad yesterday, so I asked Kinich to invite you over for a quick chat.
It's our pleasure.
I believe Kinich has already filled you in, so I'll get straight to the point. Firstly, I fully endorse your appointment as flame bearers for the upcoming Turnfire night. However, I would like to request that you take steps to ensure the Mountain King's safety.
And how
Every
are
child
we
of
supposed
our
to do
tribe
that?
grows up hearing the tales of our heroes. From Yupanqui the Firebringer to Burkina and the Mountain King who fought against the Abyss. This is our history and our heritage, the source of our pride and the center of our faith. To kill the Mountain King would be to destroy our spirit. I would never be able to face our ancestors in the Night Kingdom. Nana's death was a great tragedy, and I do not blame Trinidad for the actions he has taken. Nevertheless, I cannot allow any harm to come to the Mountain King. The very roots of our identity are at stake.
Understandable.
My honored guests, please give this matter your serious consideration.
Is there no solution that will satisfy both sides? Yep.
Perhaps there is. But despite all our attempts to contain the situation over the years, we've not found it. Right now, I should like to hear where you stand on this matter.
I'm inclined to honor your agreement. I'm inclined to honor my agreement with Trinidad. I need some time to mull this over. But let's leak off to some other tribe tonight. I'm inclined to honor your
Though I
request.
sense that your mind is not yet made up, I'm still comforted by your words. There are 3 days left before the ceremony. I hope they will bring you clarity.
So, Kinich, earlier you were saying that...
Let's walk and talk. I'll show you around the tribe.
That works too. Paimon needs to get some air after this.
Man, they were literally showing animation of air behind Paimon.
Kinich, Paimon finally understands why you turned Trinidad down. You knew what he was planning, didn't you? That's why you didn't want to be the flame bearer this time, because it's a double-edged sword. The whole Mora thing was just a sneaky excuse.
Yep.
Double-edged sword is right. But my response wasn't merely an excuse. To solve this exceptional problem, an exceptional price must be paid.
Okay, and what's that price?
I'm working on it.
Really? Well, come on then, let's hear it.
Well, he's
In a
working on
moment.
it.
Didn't you have a question you were about to ask me?
Oh yeah. What was it again? Oh, right. We need to talk about how he's completely unhinged.
And where he is today?
I agree that he has a problem. He needs disciplining, so I hired him a teacher.
Oh.
You got him a teacher? Oh, Paimon would love to see him get scolded for bad behavior.
It's the reverse.
Moving on. When we ran into a how, he said you two were investigating some abyss thing together. Is that related to the whole Mountain King situation?
Yes, that's the angle I've been working on. I'm a Saurian hunter, but I occasionally hunt the abyss too. One time I was pursuing some purple demonic dogs when I accidentally entered a hidden space. I did some research after the fact. Apparently they're known as
Rift
beast
Hounds.
and there are many of them of all different sizes. That's where those purple dogs were coming from.
Yep. Rift Hounds.
So, if we can locate one of these beastly rifts, clear the monsters out, and move the Mountain King inside, he'd be able to continue living, but without posing a threat to the tribe.
Whoa,
But how would the
that
tribe
sounds kinda crazy.
access him?
Would it really work?
It's not without its risks, of course. There's a lot of unknowns in the equation. For instance, for all we know, a prolonged period inside the rift could make the Mountain King's condition worse. Still, we desperately need something like this, even just as a temporary measure. You've seen the conflict. The
Yep.
chief is adamant about keeping the Mountain King alive. Whatever happens.
Paimon can understand. It's less about the Mountain King and more about preserving your culture and heritage.
Yep.
Yes, but on the flip side, you've got people like Elder Trinidad, who is more concerned about protecting the people he cares about now and into the future.
I mean, both are correct in their own sense. One wants to have a better future and a safer present, while the other one wants to preserve the history and culture of their tribe that has been active since the ancient period. So it kind of makes sense. The point of view of both is true in their own sense. So let's say there is no evil, just circumstances.
And he has every right to take that view. It's one thing to try and preserve the last remnants of a glorious past, but making your kin pay the price for it? No one can seriously tell them that's a fair trade.
Obviously.
You're right. There's no easy answers here. Let's leave that to one side for a moment and assume we go with your plan. How do you actually intend to find one of these beastly rifts? Because at least in our experience, the dogs open the rifts when they want to attack us, not the other way around.
So let's have one of them attack
I
us.
think I know a way. You have any better ideas?
Not at the moment, but it just feels like using the power of the Abyss for our own ends isn't gonna end well. After all, the Abyss is what turned the Mountain King into a monster in the first place. People are gonna think you've lost your marbles.
If it doesn't,
He already
then
have.
that's the price we pay. Everything in the world comes at a price. Even when Yupanqui, the Firebringer, stole the Turnfire, it cost him dearly. The Mountain King's erratic outbursts have brought tensions within the tribe to a boiling point. Unless this gets resolved quickly, everyone will be stuck in a stalemate.
Oh.
Alright, so what's this deal you wanted to make with us? We're hardly experts on exploiting abyssal power.
All I need you to do is keep people away from me. I'm getting harassed on a daily basis by people trying to convince me to be the flame bearer. I can't afford to waste all my energy dealing with them. If you help me out, there will be a gift for you in return.
Ah,
Ooh,
luxurious
what's
chest.
Something well worth your while, I'd say.
A free 5-star. Are you going to join our team?
Just keep doing what you've been doing. Integrate yourself with the tribespeople, so everyone comes to terms with the fact that we have a new flame bearer. That way, I won't have an endless stream of people coming to beg me to join the ceremony, and I can focus on finding a way to summon the beastly rift. Then, when the day of the ceremony comes, we'll move the Mountain King into his new home.
But I don't think that is going to happen, because we have already seen that the Mountain King we go to fight just resides in some sort of a cave-like structure within Natlan, and I don't think, based on what will happen in this quest, they will change the location of a world boss. So I don't think we are going to
Still sounds pretty crazy.
be successful
Even for a daredevil like
in
you, that's dangerous.
the attempt we are planning. So
And even
it's
if it works,
meant to go
neither
haywire.
Chief Wyna nor Elder Trinidad are happy with it. Have you thought about what you'd do then?
Well, they will get together and hit him.
At least
But
the two
they
of
will
them
be
will finally
united.
be on the same side of the
Like I
issue,
said,
leaving only me on the opposing side.
yep, they will be on the same page.
The tribe needs leaders like them far more than a Saurian hunter for hire like me.
Either way, sounds like there's no more in this for you.
Can I take that to mean that we have a deal?
We can give it
For
a
sure.
try.
And who knows? Maybe we'll come up with an even better solution to all of this in the next couple of days.
Great. Well, for the next couple of days, please spend some time among the tribe and lend a hand wherever you can. I'm sure everyone will be swept off their feet when they meet our new flame bearer. Good luck to us both.
Bye bye. Walk around the tribe the next day, 8 to 12.
A straw? Okay, task for the day. Meet the tribe's people and take some heat off of Kenichi's back.
Talk to Huni and Toda.
Huni, how
Huni.
can you call the Mountain King a monster?
Oh.
Because he hurt a lot of people. And look what happened to Nana.
But it wasn't on purpose. The Mountain King is sick, that's all. He's been hurt by the Abyss.
That's true. But the fact remains that he's now a threat to all of us.
Well, here comes the line, you live long enough as a... What was it? Oh yeah, it was either you die as a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
How can you be so harsh to someone who's sick? If you don't take back what you just said, I don't know if we can carry on being friends.
Oh.
Boba, Huni, what's wrong?
Huni's saying nasty things about the Mountain King. It's not right. He's our hero.
Once upon a time, maybe. But not anymore.
Hey, let's not fight. Aren't you two best friends?
Yesterday, maybe, but not anymore.
Toba? Fine. I guess my dad is right. Things change, and you just have to accept it and move forward. As of today, our friendship is over. There's no going back.
Okay, so now they will meet 20 years later when they both have their workings, and the MC is in love with another character, finding out the girl Huni was in love with him. It seems like I am watching too much rom-com anime nowadays.
Oh, come on, cut it out.
I can resemble so
We have
much.
some great news to tell you.
Childhood friends getting into a fight.
The Traveler is gonna be the flame bearer for the next Turnfire night. He's gonna do a beautiful ceremony and cure the Mountain King's illness for good.
Aye.
What? Really?
Oh yeah, I'm an expert at this stuff, bro.
So that's what my dad wanted to talk to you about?
Yep.
To be fair, from what we saw the other day, you are pretty good at climbing cliffs. Probably just as good as Kinich.
Wait. Speaking of Kinich, where even is that guy?
Going on for a party?
Oh yeah.
Picnic?
Good question. Is he not coming to the ceremony anymore?
He doesn't plan to.
We can get him to come, but if he catches you two fighting again, he won't be happy. He'll be sure to give you both a piece of his mind.
Oh, we can't let that happen. I've never even spoken to him before. I can't afford to make such a bad first impression.
I didn't mean to argue with Toba. All I said was that the Mountain King has done some pretty bad things. He was the one who turned it into a fight.
Okay, so we act as a mediator and drop their fight. Saved us one rom-com.
Yeah, if you weren't friends, there's no way Toba would have come to look for the baby Saurians with you.
Obviously.
Alright. Well, because it's the Traveler and Paimon and Kinich, I'm sorry, Toba. I'm sorry for all the mean things I said about the Mountain King. Dad just really misses Nana. And I was really upset that she's gone, too.
Huh? Oh. I shouldn't have spoken to you the way I did either. It wasn't very nice of me. For the Traveler and Paimon, Kinich, and for Nana. I'm sorry too.
That's more like it. Now you're best friends again.
Hi.
Yes, so, Toba, if I ever say something mean about the Mountain King in the future, I'll make sure I say it to someone else, and not you. I'd better go buy some colored cloth for my dad now. He needs it for Turnfire night. Let's play again some other time. See you, Toba. See you, Traveler and Paimon.
Bye, Huni.
Okay. I'll head home as well then. See you next time.
Bye, Toba. And now we are just going to wander around.
Even though they said they're sorry, it looks like their friendship isn't as strong as it was before.
Times really are changing.
Let's just hope we can solve this once and for all.
Well, it generally happens. And this is the phase of a story quest that
Come on, let's move on.
builds up the story, and its sense is actually very boring. I just going here and there talking with people. It's literally the last
Over there.
5 minutes in the story that are interesting. Other than that, it's just constant yapping with other characters.
Hey there, what's happening here?
A rehearsal for the Turnfire Night dance.
Ooh, there's a dance involved? Paimon wants to learn too.
You don't know it? Ah, I guess you're not from these parts, huh?
Nope.
It's rare to see a new face around the tribe these days. I thought everyone would be keeping away.
Why do you say that?
Because of the Turnfire Night, of course. The Mountain King could wake up at any time. That's why we're holding an emergency ceremony. This isn't one of those fun and games festivals. For outsiders, it might even be a little dangerous.
Well,
No problem, buddy.
the Flame Bearer this time is actually gonna be an outsider?
Oh, I did hear about that. It's a first for sure. I would have loved to meet them in person.
Well, now you have, buddy.
What? Oh, it's you? Man, oh man. Well, this is a nice surprise. It's funny. I was just thinking that I'll probably miss out on meeting the new Flame Bearer since I'm not taking part this time around. Then suddenly, there you are.
You're not taking part in the Turnfire night? How come? You're not an outsider too, are you?
What does not taking part in the Turnfire night means? I mean, we will be the flame bearers. Does other people have some part into? I mean, other than the dance?
You must be joking. Watch this.
Okay. Oh. So the other people interact
Not bad, right?
with dance.
I'm considered one of the better
Yep,
looking
dance
guys
is
who
better.
dances beneath the pillars of the sacred flame. Been doing it a few years. Always gets the ladies out to watch.
Oh, very impressive. So why'd you quit?
Well, I feel like the whole Mountain King situation is getting more and more precarious. It's just not safe here anymore. One of our elders' Saurian companions even lost her life not long ago.
Yep, things are getting
The
complicated.
question is, what are we going to do about this in the long term? But our leaders don't have any answers for us. They're probably too busy fighting about it amongst themselves.
Well, that's what we are here
Things are
for.
going, it's only a matter of time before it gets violent. So I figured, you know what? Now's as good a time as any to get away for a little while. Go do some exploring.
You look a little disappointed.
Disappointed? Nah. It's a great opportunity to go see the world. I managed to get in touch with the Saurian Relics Association.
Okay.
What's the Saurian Relics Association?
Can we just
You've never
complete
heard
the
of it? It's a
conversation?
group of amateur history enthusiasts who do research on the ancient Saurian era. They're all about collecting relics and remnants from that age. Speaking of which, the guy who was Flamebearer before you, I've heard that his Saurian buddy comes from that time.
Okay, how is that old?
A how? A how's a relic from an ancient Saurian civilization?
Oh, yeah, him. So you know those two already, huh? Then do you know how they met? It was deep inside some mysterious ruin, and they signed a contract there. The association folks say that the kind of contract usually comes with a huge hidden cost.
Really? That sounds ominous.
So we will get a little bit of a house backstory as well.
But if it's true, Kinich can probably handle it. He knows what he's doing with weighing up contracts and costs and stuff. I doubt he'd make a contract that doesn't benefit him.
Yep.
Strangely enough, I actually happened upon a strange mural a while back, and it looked to me like it was depicting a Saurian and a human involved in some kind of Saurian-era contract ritual.
And what was it?
Oh, does that count as a relic then?
You bet it does. I was all ready to go take a picture of it and use it as my entry ticket to the association.
But what happened?
After all the abyssal activity recently, I heard that area's been overrun by monsters. The best laid plans, huh? I'll just have to wait and see if things improve. Or... you look like you know your way around a fight. I don't suppose there's any chance you'd be able to help?
Well, we can.
If all you need to get is a picture, that should be pretty achievable, right? The Traveler deals with monsters all the time. It's a piece of cake.
Yep.
Wait, you're seriously gonna help me out?
Yeah, buddy.
Come on, it's no big deal. Compared to some of the things we've been roped into before, this is nothing.
Hierarch above. You two have hearts of gold, you know that? You're the kind of people who could dive into the Turnfire deep in the bowels of the Night Kingdom, and it wouldn't burn a single hair off your head.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Of course it is. All right, come with me. I'll show you the way.
Yep, lead the way, Thiago. So, well, it was great that I unlocked the teleport waypoint at that time. If not, I would have to go through all of that, climbing again. Hi, I am from India, bro, Noida.
There it is. It's inside these ruins. As you can see, the place is crawling with monsters.
Alrighty then. Stay back and take cover, Tiago. This could get dangerous. We'll take care of them.
तुम कहाँ से भाई? कहाँ से हो?
Minds think alike. I'm not about to cramp your style.
Hi, buddy. But
Decided by destiny. Feeling lucky. Teamwork is dreamwork. This one's got your name on it. Hey there.
wow, Gujarat, nice, bro.
That should be the last of them. It's a good thing Tiago had the sense to stay in his hiding place, or things could have gotten really hairy for him.
So you also run a YouTube channel?
Hey, look! That's
Or
gotta
do
be
you-
it, right?
Or do you generally
Definitely
stream?
looks like a mural.
I mean, on Discord or Twitch, I assume.
True. Now that you mention it, most ancient murals take up a whole huge wall. This looks more like someone with a paintbrush got bored and started doodling.
So is it just some sort of basic drawing?
That's the story he told us, though. There's a Saurian and a human. So, is that supposed to be what an ancient contract ritual looked like? Whatever. We're not here to decipher it. Just photograph it.
Okay. Uh. Uh. Hmm.
That's a wrap. Let's take it back to Tiago.
You've been robbed? Oh, Ponche. And I thought my luck was bad.
Oh, I put blood, sweat, and tears into that.
Ancient
and now
name
I've got
scholar.
nothing to show for it. Some gap-toothed goon stole it from me.
Tiago, is this the picture you were looking for?
Let me take a look. Yep, that's the one. Pyro Archon above, you two are superhumans. Hey, Ponche, come and say hi to these guys. They're gonna be the new flame bearers, and they're tough as nails.
Wait, are you the Traveler and Paimon?
Yeah, bro.
Huh? You already know each other?
We don't know him.
I don't think so.
My nephew Toba's been telling everyone about you.
Ah,
You're
Toba.
Crazy strong, super friendly, that you helped him out, and that you're gonna be our flame bearers this Turnfire night.
Toba.
Oh, so you're Toba's uncle. Great to meet you, sir. Sounds like we managed to make a bit of a name for ourselves.
Toba's not wrong, my friend. These two are honestly some of the nicest, most genuine people I've ever met. Everyone speaks incredibly highly of them. Seriously, if you're comfortable telling them about what happened, I guarantee you they'll sort it out in no time.
And what actually happened?
All I want is to get the fruits of my labor back.
Okay.
Allow me to explain. Ponche is a well-known scholar within our tribe, author of the widely acclaimed book, Yupanqui's Turnfire. Unfortunately, the book was stolen by a treasure hoarder a few hours ago.
Oh.
I spent years of my life researching that book. I visited every last ruin, interviewed every descendant of every hero in our history. On the word Malipo alone, I covered at least 5 different interpretations of the meaning based on accounts from different villages.
It was an unparalleled masterpiece.
And now it's all gone. That little goon ambushed me during my morning walk. He snatched all of my belongings, including my entire manuscript.
That book was
Sorry,
everything
buddy.
to him. It's like they robbed him of his soul when they took it. Look at him. Lost and listless. He's a shell of the man he was.
I mean, it kinda looks over dramatic, doesn't it? I mean, obviously he's sad, but who tells people that the person is sad in such a way? Like he's telling him, look at him, lost and listless. He's a shell of the man he was, and at that place he's touching his head. I don't know. It kinda looks like a trap to me. I hope not.
Dear
but
honored guests
it
of our clan,
does look a little
I am
fishy.
but a helpless old student. If only for Toba and Tiago's sake, please help me. I beg of you.
Where were you?
See what I mean, Ponche? Now you've run into these two, your luck's about to change. Big time.
I don't know if he's still there, but come on, I'll take you. Hey, you thieving rat! Give me my things back!
What do you want now, you old bum? God, you're a waste of space. Prepare to get shoved butt first into a tree hollow. Oh,
This
what's
all
this?
seems like a play that is being played out.
Huh? All right, let's see what you've got. What's this? Eat dirt, suckers!
And he ran away.
Hey, he's trying to get away! You good? Let's chase him down!
But
Please! By all the warriors, heroes, gods, and kings, I can't run any longer.
You didn't even run 50 meters, bro.
Please, I don't have your stuff anymore. Have mercy.
Oh yeah? Well, where is it then?
I threw it away.
What?
You threw it away?
Then why did you steal it in the first place, bro?
The old bum's bag didn't have a single mora in it. Just a tatty old book, worn out pens, and some old rags. All that time lying in wait was for nothing. I was so mad I just threw all of it away.
Is that really the truth? Okay then, where did you throw it away?
The same place you found me. Look, I swear on the Pyro Archon it's the truth. May all my worldly possessions be turned to ash by Turnfire if I'm lying.
Okay.
Okay, that's a pretty strong oath. What do we do now? It sounds like he's telling the truth.
Let's go back to where we were and see if we can find anything.
Let's hope nobody gets to the book before we do. We'll never get it back then.
I mean, Ahau and that Lecter.
Although the Turnfire is a heroic symbol in Hoytzatlan, it always comes with the more ominous implication of eventual tragedy. This holds true for all bearers of this ancient name in recorded history. Each one of them died of non-natural. This appears to suggest the existence of some higher power that is always watching the name bearer, examining their actions, and eventually demanding payment in return. None can escape this payment, unless, perhaps, they could honestly swear by Turnfire to never make a single mistake in their entire life. Yupanqui's Turnfire. What an incredible work on ancient name philology.
So he got the
I
book.
can't believe it was just lying there for me to take. Let me see. The author is Ponche. Nice. A gentleman and a scholar.
Silence, book muncher. The great.
Do you truly find no joy at all in perusing such rich historical records?
Joy. What?
Well, it makes a pretty shocking prediction. Every bearer of the ancient name Malipo eventually meets a grisly end. Maybe that's the price you pay for the name that means price?
What? You're saying Kinich will die a violent death? So I'll finally get to take over his body?
Whoa. Okay. I don't see a reason why Kinich might have made a deal with him. It's kind of violent.
When will that glorious day arrive? The great Gahulahau demands to know!
What the?
Wow, you are just irredeemable, aren't you?
Yep.
An agent of chaos down to the core. You make us Abyss Order folks look like saints in comparison.
Yep.
Silence, maggot! To presume that anyone compares.
No.
You don't need to lecture me about Doomsday. Here's what I know, based on countless historical texts. All civilizations will be reduced to rubble by the passage of time. From ancient kingdoms, to heavenly thrones, to worlds beyond, there are no exceptions. But from the ruins of every civilization, the dust will rise and never settle, thus transcending the confines of time. That dust is what we call a civilization's spirit. And you, great Gahulahau, are one such speck of dust from a bygone age. I've paid dearly for the chance to observe you up close. Now, let me take a good look at you. We'll see whether any memories of that age still remain inside you.
So his main motto is to find information
We're so sorry,
about
Mr. Ponche, but we couldn't
Ahau.
find your manuscript anywhere.
Does that mean all of my hard work was for nothing?
I mean, you wrote it, bro. Obviously, you cannot, replicate your work, but What was it came from your heart?
Gotta stay positive, Ponche. You might have lost the book, but the brains behind it are still intact. Surely you remember the main points at least?
Yep, that's what I was saying.
The whole reason I worked so hard to get it finished before the Turnfire night is because I hoped that maybe it might help us find a
You
way
solved the
through this
Mountain
trying-
King problem,
Well,
huh?
Not exactly. But I thought my research might at least be a starting point.
Okay, and what's that?
Oh, really? So what did you find out in your research?
Mm-hmm.
I think the key to all of this lies in the power of Malipo.
Okay, how?
Ponche, you know as well as anyone that ancient names don't hold any real power. Symbolic power doesn't count.
You're right, but Malipo may be a special case. Given that it first arose in the era of the first Pyro Archon, it might contain remnants of Shibalanke's power.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that story. My grandpa told it to me when I was a little kid. Maybe you're the special case. Most kids stop believing in that stuff by your age.
So in this quest we got
Childhood superstitions.
Shiblank
There is
name drop
evidence.
at least 2 times.
Like what?
Like the fact that the Mountain King is still alive. Everyone attributes that to the power of the Abyss. But there's more to it than that.
Okay.
The key factor is that Burkina summoned the power of Malipo at the cost of his own life. If you don't believe me, then answer me this. How many other creatures can you think of who lived longer, not shorter, after being contaminated by the Abyss?
Traveler, different situation but similar idea. Doesn't this remind you of the hilly?
What was it name? Caterpillar? Are you talking about?
So, I came to the conclusion that Malipo must refer to some mysterious ritual involving a tit-for-tat exchange. It began with the first Pyro Archon, fell with the Grand Alliance, then was buried in the Night Kingdom. And now, it awaits the call of its new bearer.
Hey, hey. Sorry to interrupt, Ponche, but you seem to be getting a little overexcited.
I'm sorry. I was originally planning on presenting my findings to Kinich. I'd hoped he would be attending the upcoming ceremony.
Sounds to me like you dreamed up one fanciful theory to support another.
Kinich is
Kinich, what are you doing here?
wandering
I more or
around.
less finished what I was doing, so I came to have a quick catch-up. Now a good time?
Kinich! I'm onto something. I haven't worked out all the details, but you have to attend the Turnfire night.
So Mr. Ponche here has done a lot of research on the history of the Turnfire and thinks he might have found a way for you to solve the problem.
And what
I'll be
that
there,
might,
Ponche.
baby.
Let's go.
He wants to use Kinich's power against the Mountain King.
Here we'll go.
We found a way to summon the beastly rift.
Yeah. I'd like your help giving it a trial run tomorrow. If that works, we have our plan come Turnfire night.
Sounds like you're not considering Ponche's idea.
You heard him. He hasn't worked out the details yet. We need a more practical solution with concrete steps to follow.
Kinda makes
Are you
sense.
saying you think he might actually be onto something?
I think it's possible, based on something I know about the war 500 years ago.
How do you know about that?
Burkina didn't fall to the Abyss. He was killed by the Mountain King in an episode of madness.
Oh.
In his final moments, Burkina made the fateful decision to not fight back, and instead pass his blood and power on to the Mountain King. Maybe he thought the Mountain King was stronger than him, and more valuable to the tribe. Or maybe it was just out of loyalty to his friend. Either way, I can believe the Turnfire was involved. Whether you think his sacrifice triggered it, or his fate was sealed from the moment he took the Malipo name, it makes sense to me.
How can you drop these truth bombs with such a straight face?
So it kinda makes sense that the
This is
Turnfire
what I
will
gleaned
have
from
a
my
role.
many interactions with the Mountain King. His mind is so disordered. It took some time to piece it all together. The story Elder Trinidad told you was the more palatable version of events. The truth is even darker. The Mountain King's mind isn't just disordered. He is suffering and feels great shame. I believe he wants to be put out of his misery.
I mean, he did kill his best friend in rage or sickness.
What?
So it kind of makes sense that he feels
Then
guilty
what should we do? Should we grant him his wish?
and become enemy of the entire
Of
tribe.
course not. We should help him move to a new home. It's the only practical solution. The Mountain King is a hero to my tribe. An object of worship, even. Ending his life would be like desecrating a statue. Still, he's been the cause of multiple...
Ugh. Practical solutions hurt Paimon's brain. Can we follow our hearts next time?
Yep.
Then let's break for the day. I've already found a suitable venue for tomorrow.
Okay. Now we will do time travel. Where is Kinich supposed to be? Some underground area. Well, before that, I think we are going to see some battle and stuff, so healing everyone does not seem like a bad idea. If I have to go there, is there any way I can take entry from here and from here, I think. So let's try from here. The path goes simply, I follow this path, okay. What just happened? I think we need to go up.
You're here. Very punctual.
Whoa!
I don't want to hear him. How is so irritating. I mean,
Kinich, didn't you say you found him a
there is a character you kinda irritating, but okay, agreeable, but Ejo is just straight up irritating.
Hey! No one gets...
Maybe because I've never had a gentle-natured companion like Paimon to compare against.
Is that a compliment?
Oh yes, buddy.
Yeah, I see what I'm missing out on now. And it's a lot.
Yep, you do.
Kinich! We could drown this measly flying ant in one droplet of spit. Oh, just wait till I possess your dead body. I will commit hate.
Go to hell.
Traveler, Paimon, let's get down to business. Once we've opened the beastly rift, you're welcome to toss a how in there for a couple of days.
I like it.
With pleasure. You don't need to ask twice.
I got my hands on this device in a trade. It's meant as bait, but it'll also stabilize the abyssal energy.
In a trade, from that
The Rift Hounds
Abyss
will take
Herald.
through space to get to this. Once they're here, we take them out and claim the rift for ourselves. You'll find out soon enough. First, let's try this out. They'll tear you to pieces given half the chance, so be careful.
Everybody stand back!
Uh-oh. Are there even bigger ones on the way?
You see, Kinich? I'm a man of my word. In fact, I'd say I under-promised and over-delivered. Nifty little gizmo, isn't it?
I knew it.
This is your true form?
I knew it.
Now that our deal is complete, it's time to start the next phase of our relationship. I made a promise to the great Kahula How, and now I'm here to seize your body for his use.
Give it a try, bro.
I know. The hero's trusted partner sells him out to the abyss in a shocking act of betrayal. Cue bad guy speech and drawn out death sequence.
Anjo, yeah, his name is Anjo. He's if you don't remember Anjo, Anjo is the one you might have seen some reels or shorts regarding the Abyss Herald, who was the one who said the line, they thought you betray them. I mean, I totally did betray them. He's Anjo. I knew it, that was him. I just didn't knew the name. Yep.
What are you two doing here? Oh, Mr. Kinich, this is not what we agreed on.
Traveler, this is the gift I got you. I know you're looking for intel on the Abyss Order, so I thought he might be of use to you. But it looks like you've already met.
Yep, I've beaten him up before.
Yikes. Frosty reception. Gotta say, I kinda pictured this moment going a little different. Tears of joy welling up in your eyes as you say the words.
It's good to see you again, old friend.
Don't be ridiculous. Sounds like you've been reading too many romance novels.
There we have it. Change is inevitable and nothing lasts forever. What a pity.
Thing.
Time for you to meet the new me. This time, please call me Sanka.
The thing calling itself Sanka.
Sanka? Aha! So you're the glasses guy! You tricked Huni and Toba into telling you a bunch of stories!
What does it matter? A name is a superficial label. It's what's deep down inside that counts. And I've shown you the deepest parts of me.
You mean the masochistic parts?
That would explain a lot. Why else would you show up here and start acting like a wise guy? You looking for a fight?
I'll pass. I do rather like you, as I've said before. But my one quibble is that you really don't know your own strength.
Then what are you doing here?
Wait. Of course. You're the one behind all the recent Abyss activity. Let Paimon guess. You've been provoking the Mountain King too.
Haven't I told you before? I'm not part of the inner circle who do our highnesses' bidding. My interests are far more low stakes.
And
I spend my
that's all?
time digging for truth in ancient doodads and books. You really think a benchwarmer like me is capable of more than that?
I investigated him. He's not connected to the recent events. Just happens to be in the area. So, I struck a deal with him. He helps me summon a rift. I allow him to do some historical research.
But that's all over. And now Kinich wants to hand me over to you. Well, I was hoping this would be an opportune moment to whisk away his body. That would have given me some more time to study the great Kahula How. But now I've run into you, which is just my luck. Or maybe I've incited the wrath of the Turnfire. This is the price I have to pay. But I don't understand. What did I do wrong?
You tricked Huni and Toda, my friend. You don't trick kids.
Wait, does that count? Let me think.
How? You are the worst of the worst! Colluding with the Abyss Order against Kinich?
I
Betray your partner!
I don't even want to hear anything from Ahau now. He's
There
just
was no betrayal.
just go to hell.
I told him to act as bait.
Yes, and you should have picked a bigger fish. The Abyss Order? Ha! What a joke. Not even a match for our lowly servant. I put up with this toad's croaking for days, and it was all for nothing.
Ah, so it was a trap.
It looks like your disciplinary measures have been less than effective, Mr. Enjo.
What did you expect? Behavioral rehab isn't really our thing. Otherwise, we might as well change our name from the Abyss Order to the Abyss Boarding School.
The abysmal disorder would suit you better. Kinich! Dispose of him! He is of no further use to us.
Traveler?
Be my guest. The Abyss Order is a threat to us all. Let him go. He'll never amount to much in the Abyss Order anyway. I mean, I kinda like Enjo, so let's not kill him.
You see, this is why I like you. Still, you shouldn't underestimate me just because I'm a lowly clerk. I could never beat you in a straight-up fight. But when it comes to running away, I won't lose to anyone.
Bye bye, the thing calling itself Sanka.
And remember how fast I disappear. Maybe then you'll show me a little respect next time.
Darn! He got away again! Couldn't you have stopped him?
It's
It's
okay.
alright. He's not worth our time and energy.
Yep.
Besides, it seems like he's in debt to a lot of people. I'm sure they'll keep him busy.
If you say so. Still, Paimon's kind of surprised that you actually struck a deal with someone from the Abyss Order.
To borrow that guy's words, names are superficial labels. Whether you call it the Abyss Order or anything else, it's a broad generalization at best. Think of it like apples that have fallen from a tree. If you tasted each one, you'd find that they're all at different stages of ripening. Even the unripe fruit blown off its branch before it's fully grown can still be brewed into a fine wine. Everything has its use.
Philosophical.
Huh. Well, in that specific sense, maybe Enjo's not such a bad apple. Not rotten to the core, at least.
Yep, and he's fun too.
Of course! Only the almighty dragon.
So what exactly are you anyway? You're definitely the evilest little thing Paimon's ever met.
Don't worry, he can't hurt a fly.
Because you signed a contract.
You could say that.
Paimon heard that those kinds of contracts might come with a terrible cost attached. Is that true?
Yep.
Such as a howl watching me like a ravenous vulture.
Vulture? Vulture? We are the Dragon Supreme! Sovereign ruler of the Nation of Flame!
Sovereign.
Let's pick this up another time. It's getting kinda late.
Yep.
You should go back and get some rest. Big day ahead. Tomorrow's Turnfire night. Time to light the sacred flame and burn away the filth for a legendary 500-year-old warrior.
Oh yeah. Hearing you lay it out like that is making Paimon a little nervous. For all the work we've put in, it all comes down to tomorrow night. We have to make sure we solve this problem once and for all.
And it can't hurt to say this one more time. Good luck to us both.
Good luck to us both.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, so I think we will be going to fight the Yamkasaur, the mountain-led Yamkasaur. So allow me to change my party before that. I'll go with Arle Hyper Carry. Next day 6 to 8. Well, till now it has all been to save everyone, to save the Yamkasaur, and also make sure that he's not able to cause more damage to the tribal people, to the tribes of Signs of Canopy. According to one's hypothesis, Kinich's strength might be one of the things that can help us achieving that, but other than that, we just need to make sure that we don't do much damage to the Yamkasaur and move him to the Abyss Rift where the Rift Hounds come from. A simple and effective solution, if that's what it sounds like.
Ah, at long last, you're back.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you've done much for our people these last few days. Everyone has nothing but praise for you.
Thank you.
Many young people have heard the rumors too. They're all eager to meet our new flame bearer.
Well, they won't have to wait for long. It's almost time for the ceremony. We really hope we can resolve the Mountain King situation quickly and smoothly. Seems like...
Well, it's nearly time. So, if you're ready, then follow me to the ceremony site.
The party cannot be changed during the Turnfire ritual. Please choose a suitable party in advance. Recommended elements, Pyro. No issue with that. Yep, let's head off.
Off we go!
Here we are.
Our honored guests have arrived. I have heard much about your fine work over the past few days. I hope you'll allow us to thank you properly after tonight's ceremony.
Don't worry about it. Getting this huge venue ready must have been a huge task. You need to make extra work for yourselves on our account.
No, if it means getting the Mountain King issue resolved, no cost is too great to bear.
A resolution will come in due course. But every great fire starts as a tiny spark. We must take it one step at a time.
No one would disagree with you if that were possible, Chief. But it's been far too long since we've seen a real step forward. Look around you. Can't you see how our numbers have dwindled since the last Turnfire night?
The ceremony was arranged on short notice. Many are away from home and could not make it back in time.
That may be so, but still.
Good evening, Traveler in Paimon.
Hi, Kinich.
Not a moment too soon.
Chief Wayna, Elder Trinidad, could you give us a minute? I'd like to give the Traveler a few pointers as the previous flame bearer.
Very
Please
well.
do.
But make it quick.
Let's step to the side. Has anyone...
Yeah, Elder Trinidad did, but, Paimon seems to have forgotten them.
What a surprise! The flying ant has an ant-sized brain.
If you don't want your tongue to be burned off by the sacred flame tonight, I suggest you stay quiet. See those sacred flame pillars? Once you've lit the fire, go light each one up in turn. Once that's done, head down into the cave where the Mountain King slumbers, light the braziers along the way, then bring the flame to the final altar. Then the ceremony is complete.
Okay.
That sounds simple enough.
The process isn't complicated, but remember, you mustn't turn back at any point. If you miss a pillar, you can't light the next one, then come back to it. You have to keep moving forward, or it's seen as disrespecting our ancestors. If that happens, you won't receive the blessing of the Turnfire, and you'll have to start over.
Got
I
it.
made you a
But
diagram that summarizes the steps. Take a look.
at least we have got a chance to try over. Okay, we will go in a spiral way, in a E shape.
So that's our part. What about you?
I'll be with you the whole way, and once you've lit the altar, I'll start summoning the rift. You can leave that side of things to me. Just focus on your part.
Okay.
We'll try to remember all that and get it right the first time.
Well then, shall we begin?
But I think I saw Huni and the others just now. Maybe you should say hi before you start. Might make you less nervous. Just tell the chief when you're ready.
I'm tired of all the conversations. Let's just get ready and do it.
How are you doing? Is all in order?
Yep, we're ready to go.
I'm counting on you. Don't forget what we talked about.
I don't even remember
My
what we talked
past
about, bro.
fuel and present flame. Life marches ever on. My brothers and sisters, the time has come to light the fire once again and let the Turnfire night shine bright in Hoytzitlan.
Go to the altar to obtain kindling of the sacred flame. Once you obtain the flame, draw closer to a brazier to ignite it. The ritual has a specific order. Pass the sacred flame accordingly to the fixed order or fail. Head towards the ritual end. Turning back now will spell naught but failure. Got it.
Nicely done. Off to a good start.
Okay.
Great stuff.
Second is also done. Third one is also done. Fourth one is also done. Where am I supposed to go? I need to go spiral.
You're over halfway. Keep it up.
6, 7, 8.
Impressive. Just one more to go.
Okay.
Come on, one last push. The final sacred flame pillar is up ahead.
Okay, so we have done the initial trial. Now we just need to find the Yumkasaur gluttonous boss. Oh, we are getting a cutscene.
Great. All the pillars are alight. Next, it's down into the canyon and head for the Mountain King's cave. Almost there. The cave is just up ahead. The Abyss presence is growing strong. We should deal with the contamination first.
Three more. Two more. Where are the remaining two? Where are they? I say 5. And there goes the 6th one.
There's the altar of the sacred flame. Remember, light up the torches around it first.
Two, 3, 4, 5, and the last one. Now is the time I assume Kinich will call the rift for the Yumkasaur boss.
We've lit up the final altar! That's the Mountain King up ahead, right?
That's him. Kangamato, king of the Yumkasaurs from 500 years ago. He's very powerful.
So his name is
Paimon
Kongamoto.
He's huge. Let's tread carefully. We don't want to wake him up.
Should we pretend to purify the king?
You've made it at last. You did even better than I expected.
Traveler, now comes the final and most important step of the ceremony. Please use the power of the sacred flame to cleanse the Mountain King of abyssal filth.
Okay.
This time.
Such strong abyssal power. What is that thing? Kinich, what is the meaning of this?
Is that a beastly rift?
Chief Wyna, Elder Trinidad, this is about to get a little dangerous. You should step back.
What do you think you're doing?
Solving the Mountain King issue.
You mean by having him torn to pieces by rift hounds?
No, stop! We can't let that happen!
Foolish locust! Ugh, can't you see? We're trying to shove your Locust King into the beastly rift!
But... I'm sorry, Chief Wyna and Elder Trinidad. This is the only way.
Can you promise me that no harm will come to the Mountain King?
That
can't guarantee
will
it,
be
but
the
I'm
main
very
focus.
Traveler, this is not what we agreed on. You must cleanse the Mountain King of every last trace of abyssal contamination.
I don't want the king to die.
Okay, I see what this is.
Ugh, you imbecile! What have you done?
Oh no! The device is destroyed!
You forced my hand. I had no choice.
Elder Trinidad? What are you doing?
No, the Mountain King is waking up! He will cause even more casualties!
Everyone, out!
Now, we will handle him.
Well, it seems there's only one way to awaken you all from your willful blindness. More sacrifices must be made. Take me, O Mountain King! Take me as your next sacrifice!
Finish. मर गया.
Everyone's still outside. We have to keep the Mountain King here. Give me a hand.
Let's light it up! I'm going in!
I got him cornered. Watch out for the fruits he's spitting out. You can use those against him. Yeah, that's it. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
This is where you fall. Transfixed. Into the wind.
Everybody stand back! Let her rip!
One with nature. Into the wind.
Time to go.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Oh, we got an upgrade in the weapon.
What do we do? We can't open the rift!
Kill me!
Oh,
Points at launch! Shame!
oh man.
By past fuel and present flame, life marches ever on.
Oh, Burkina, I must atone.
Patience. We will answer to the fire for all our deeds. Even if one day I fall behind, never look back. Keep moving forward, as we are now.
Live with your guilt and shame. This is the price to pay.
Heir to the Turnfire, please use my ruined vessel to train the heroes of the future. The will of Kangamato will march ever on, till the abyss is stamped out.
The following day in the signs of the Canopy tribe.
Pretty eventful day yesterday, huh?
Traveler, you've come at just the right time. I have some good news for you.
And what's that news?
Trinidad's condition is stabilized. He suffered burns on much of his body, but we believe he'll survive.
Guess that's the best
Yo.
news we could hope for. I might have to ask, is everyone in your tribe such a risk taker? First Kinich, then Elder Trinidad? Is this the scions of the Canopy's adventurous spirit in action?
We're simply not afraid to charge ahead into the unknown.
Is Kinich okay?
He's fine. Don't worry. He's gone to check on the Mountain King. Something most mysterious has happened.
And what's
After
that?
the incident yesterday, a transparent shell has formed around the Mountain King's body. We don't understand the mechanism behind it, but this shell appears to insulate him against the influence of abyssal power.
Ah, it could be because of
Kindled
the
stab,
his
and that it
name-bearing
stops the abyssal
power.
energy within him from bleeding out, while also preventing further abyssal energy from seeping in and infecting him. I've never seen anything like it. The tribe's most senior elders believe it was caused when he was burned by the sacred flame, similar to the way burned wood becomes charcoal. I think their theory makes sense. After all, we've never thrown the Mountain King directly into the sacred flame before.
Wow. So it's made a barrier against abyssal energy? That's a good thing, right?
Sounds like it.
A miracle from what we've seen of it so far. It means that the Mountain King's level of abyssal energy is now stable. No longer will we need to perform an annual cleansing ceremony.
That's good.
Wow, that's amazing!
So was it really just the power of the sacred flame?
I know what you're thinking. The young people in the tribe are already speculating that yesterday's ceremony was a Turnfire night like none other in our history. Because you and Kinich, you summoned the very flame that appears in our ancient legends. A great transparent ball of fire. And that fire is what saved the Mountain King.
Well, on and all, it means
So
that
that was the real Turnfire?
the boss is safe.
I may be the chief of this tribe, but I've only ever known the Turnfire as a concept in our legends. I cannot answer that question. If anyone can answer it, I suspect it would be the bearer of the Malipo name. He is in the Mountain King's cave as we speak.
Ah, so Kinich Dad. Why don't we go see how he's doing?
Yep.
Hey yourselves. You two doing okay after yesterday?
Oh.
We were gonna ask you the same question. You scared Paimon half to death when you rushed into the fire.
Sorry. I couldn't just stand and watch the Mountain King get burned alive.
So you thought you'd try and extinguish the sacred
With
flame with
Dendro?
Dendro? Or was that an attempt to make the almighty Dragon Lord Kahulahow die of laughter?
The sacred flame only possesses a fraction of the Pyro Archon's power. It's not as if I was fighting the Pyro Archon herself.
Kinich, when you went into the flames, were you intending to,
Intending to what?
Killing the Mountain King.
do the same thing as Burkina?
Sacrifice myself? Of course not.
Whoa,
Focus was on keeping the
dude.
Mountain King alive, not on what it would cost.
Just how much did you spend on Kinich? C6, R5, 750 wishes. I mean, obviously you could not have been saving him from, let's say, for 750 wishes. It would be like, since 3.0, I don't assume you were saving from him for that long time. So, just how much did you spend on your Kinich? I will love to see your build.
But now I'm curious. What made you think I was going to sacrifice myself?
Well, you jumped into the fire. That kind of makes one sense.
Well, because everyone's saying the Turnfire is what saved the king last night. And Ponchi's theory was that summoning the Turnfire is a tit-for-tat exchange, right? So, Paimon thought you decided to pay for it with your life.
Whoa, spent like 100k. भाई लाखों खर्च दिए.
So you
Nice.
that rumor too.
I will love to see your Kinich one. At least I will love to see your Kinich doing some battle or what. Bro, you did not call that saving. You called that using all of your saving.
I'm afraid I can't say for sure. What happened yesterday was a first for me too.
Well, even if you don't know, there's probably no one in the world who does.
What I would say is, if that really was the power of the Turnfire, I'd sooner believe that the Mountain King summoned it himself.
The Mountain King?
Well, if you are going for the top 1%, go a little higher. Go for the top 0.1%. The 0.1%. The top. Go for that.
The core meaning of price is not atonement or compensation, but what you're willing to give up in order to obtain what you want. It's easy to die for your sins. Much harder to live with the guilt and keep on going. In the end, the Mountain King chose the latter option. For Burkina and for the tribe. That's the price he paid.
Alright. So, how is the Mountain King doing now?
Health-wise, there's nothing to worry about. He'll enter a fighting stance whenever we set foot in his territory. But
Okay.
his attacks are gentler now and not as crazed as before. Like he said yesterday, he just intends to be a sparring partner for people to practice with.
You said health-wise? Is something else bothering you?
Yeah, I tried communicating with him again, but he didn't respond.
We dare say that Locust, its body remains fighting fit thanks to the perverse power of the Abyss. But time has...
But we saw him come back to his senses yesterday.
That was the effect of that
That was
fire, I
only
think.
one last burst of brain activity before it croaked. As you humans would say, it went out with a bang.
Oh.
Come on! Stop being such a doomer. Paimon bets the Mountain King has finally let go of the tragedies of the past now, and is focusing on moving forward.
R4 engulfing lightning. Well, weapon banner is truly a scam. But didn't they, since this version, decrease the fate point to only 1? I mean, it would be like like the character banner. You lose 50-50 one time and the next time you are guaranteed. Not like you have to lose twice to get your banner confirmed. So kinda it was like the character banner, but you have a C3 R4 Raiden. Yeah, but that sounds good. That sounds amazing, man. Let me know. I would love to see your name in the Akasha terminal V-list in the top 0.1%, or actually in the top 10 people.
That's
It
why
would
he
be
doesn't
amazing to
have
see
time
that.
chat with us. He's too busy thinking about the future.
Well, at least it means my fellow tribespeople can move forward now, too. Thank you for your help, Traveler. I owe you one.
You already gave me that gift.
Yeah, that's right. You caught Enjo for us, remember?
It's a 33% chance, not 50, but date point is 1. I mean, it used to be 33%, right? I mean, yeah, to getting your banner, it is kinda like 33%.
But he ended up being completely useless. It's not a fair trade if you lost out.
That's on him. It's not your fault he's useless. Besides, we're friends now. You don't know us anything.
Friends? But your friendship is an even more valuable gift. I can't in good conscience accept it for free.
You can, buddy.
So, promise me. If you need anything in the future, you'll come to me. For you,
At one point.
I'll do anything.
That means a lot, man. He kinda gives me Shao vibes. And with that, it was complete. I mean, this story quest was kinda boring. I mean, it had so the thing named as the thing telling him to Sanka.
The sad ending.
Yeah, everyone's happy except me. First Nana, then my dad. Why does everyone in my family have to suffer?
It's like a post-credit scene, huh?
Mooney, it'll be okay. Your dad will get better soon.
Toba, you're my friend, so I shouldn't say this to your face. But it was all the Mountain King's fault.
So, are we getting a villain origin story?
Now hold your horses, kiddo. If you promise not to fight, Uncle Sanka will tell you a story. Okay, before you roll your eyes out of your skull, I promise you can trust me. I almost got my eyebrows burned off by the Turnfire.
Okay,
Alright,
so he
let's get to
is.
the point. Do you know what Uncle Sanka loves the most about your people?
What?
Your extreme sports.
Huh?
On my first day here, I got hit by someone falling out of the sky. I believe you call it bungee jumping? It's a dangerous sport, to be sure, but the courage it took to make the jump impressed the heck out.
Oh, such a nice friend.
Of course. Anyway, the good times didn't last, because I got captured by a powerful foe, so we had to part ways for a while.
Oh.
In the hands of the enemy, I was scorned, scolded, and nearly given away as a gift. Oh, so humiliating. A horrible experience to look back on. Why does Uncle Sanka always have to suffer, I thought. So I feel your pain, Huni. I was in the same position. But in the end, I made it through, and I left all of those painful memories in the past. I even managed to reunite with my friend.
Is that it?
The moral of the story is to look forward in life, right? Yeah, we've heard that one millions of times. Sorry, Uncle Sanka, but you're not cut out to be a teacher.
Cut him some slack, man.
But not quite smart enough. What I'm trying to tell you is that after I reunited with my friend, I found her injuries were all healed, but she really missed her family. So, I thought you might like to see her too. She's right behind you. Turn around and see.
And
Their trick about not
he'll.
coming back?
Nana.
Falling for that one again.
She's Nana, right?
Huh?
Nana? See, I mean, he is such a kind character, man. The thing calling himself Enjo. He is such a kind character. So we're getting 60. Weren't we supposed to get 500? I mean, they might have been for something else. So yeah, that was all from Kinich's story quest and information. I kinda liked it. Kinda boring in the center point, but you kinda have to see, like, if you are building a story, you have to go through a story so much. So it kinda made sense in the center, but there was too much dialogues. We even got some name drops of Shiblank. He was supposed to be the first Pyro Archon. There had been some confusion regarding if he is the Pyro Archon or the first Pyro Sovereign, but we got to know that he was the first Pyro Archon, Shiblank. And we also, I mean, it is not confirmed yet, but Ahau named himself as the Sovereign of Natlan, and he has been alive from the ancient era. So if he's actually a sovereign dragon or was just some other meaning to it, we will just have to wait and see for what that holds in for the future. But we certainly got some lore information from Kinich's story, and I was not expecting that much. But yeah, all in all, it was entertaining and fun. But yep, that was all from today's live stream of the Yupanqui's Turnfire Tribal Chronicles of Kinich. So if you like what you saw, subscribe to the channel to get more related content. And yep, until the next video and the next time, have a great time, guys. Bye bye.